Oh, cookie. Oh.
Yo, your boy again, PatrikBarfi, High Life Radio, and out here, Sikasem, any other brown. And there, so, it will be some kukra mount. Mufanche, a list kakra. And there, a topic, number 8 money rules to build a life changing world. 8 money rules to build life changing world. And there, a bit asem. Now, before say, yebema, inya, amaye, inspirational talk kakra and sana, yastate. Iti twe ho bye na ini ase wa elbe my inspiration talk and san yesterday it no mauni bia sonte yesterday ano lumba osi e sikasem so the kind of topic na 8 money rules to build world a life changing world idomenia amaye inspiration talk na ya fa free ano timame manenko
Damase ene nyumri se yasa ehia. Ene yewo bibi stronko bi ene ye nyina ye cheni enya ye sua aka ho. Inti no. The topic is perseverance. Me sure say perseverance ye ade bi a bebriate. Ebi nso ho a omonim de etie. Inti ha no perseverance definition ye being able to strive towards goals in the midst of challenges. And no ye perseverance no ye. Sebe ya ɔhaw ne amane anaasɛ biribi aba challenges bi ba you have that strength to strive through to achieve your goals. You don't give up. So you need to persevere through every situation. Na perseverance no, it has few qualities. It's not alone. It was here nneɛma bi ɛka ho de bɛbɔ w'abɔ so aka ho to help you persevere through the challenges. And the first one is resilience. Resilience no ne say you will try and bounce back anytime you fail or you encounter any challenge. And you are doing say, oh, I deal with ya to me na I say I deal with you know, that's the end. Try to bounce back. It be a beautiful picture ahead of you. And the other one is determination. So bury a tasso, say a didie, dear. To say your finances ya yedi ho dwuma obetimi akɔtwɔke baabi paa wa wotimi ho sɛ ɛne so ade wam de si mani so sɛ bi afi a na bosomi nkwa wie na ma achieve we no mentimi enye na menye sure sɛ metimi but you need to be determined ebia bibia betwem fine but afi ne nkwa wie no sɛ wandru hɔ kra na ebia obɛn ho And only interest what failure and I say we be determined to do that. And the other one is patience. Patience. Patience that we need patience in our lives, in all activities. So person will achieve a goal be long term, short term. We have patience. We say there are some goals when you may not achieve it, or you will just end up giving up. And then the last one is focus. We all need to be focused on any goal we want to achieve. These are the 4 things we will talk about, and then we will advise ourselves to stick to these 4 things and then try to look out for the beautiful picture at the end. Thank you. Pacho dem nemo beche and then damasi.
Yeah, 8 money rules to build life-changing world. 8 money rules to build life-changing world. And then you become one. Say you share any more bebree ekoswa. It means say still financially no you be bebree hodma enyama enkoso yi emaye. Tino mummy share numbers kakra ne nhwe. See, more than 2/3 of parents, that's 68% of surveys, they said they were struggling to make ends meet, with additional 30 to 23% of parents reporting that their families sometimes face financial struggles. Oh, America, 68% almost struggle, 68% struggle to make ends meet. Now, the thing I hear you cry, I say, out of the 60 difference in this percentage, no, you see about 78% of Americans earning less than 50,000 yearly. A report is they live on paycheck to paycheck. In fact, 51% of them, 51% of Americans are making 100,000 or more. Also, almost short money, almost the same situation. Then we be catching. We try say, and yet how much are we making? Then we have to put strategies, we have to put plans in place. I bet me I'm going to be up so financial. You should be. It's a 68% to ends meet now. It's so tough for 68% of families. Parents, like I said, just 2/3 parents. As a parents, so a struggle definitely in that family, and crying now over the same situation. 68%. Now, out of that, 78% they live paycheck to paycheck now. 51% are making 100,000 or more, almost with the same situation. The same situation. It say they make and which I say, and yet how much you make and it doesn't mean say we make more and yet great, but you need system in place. I bet me the word do that spot now. See, if you another number, so say in 2003, survey conducted by payroll.com highlighted that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, is 6% increase from 2023. So it looks as if say day in, day out now things are getting tougher. Yes, inflation and it's animal so. But if you have system in place, it bet me that those things now a hard so bet me at home. Because we have to be very serious when it comes to our finance. You see, you won't be able you try be a person it me call near education. I didn't think yes, see yesika, and I didn't yes, oh yesika sim. I didn't think yes, oh yesika sim. Say can you could see a crana, you try say, is ya and sanya ye. By Buska Sambia near Janisa, a shady next door neighbor near the same thing. If you don't feel near the same thing. If you can now crowd in Scasimu Chen. You know, Ken, thanks for joining. Abna, thanks for joining also. More question be a bit in the chat box, and I say, bit me a dial in. You know, maybe can now with him more 10. You will be brought ma. All we are doing is say, you follow in maybe and I don't be the oye. What talk car that was also good to be, and Okran Siana was so good. We are sad to be the finances and in Faun see. Internet, a topic never can 8 money rules to build life changing world. It in a bit me a boy, ama yet me a change your life. It didn't bit me a boy, I mean a change your life financially. And then maybe asemaka. And number one, I will say we have to have a clear vision for our financial life. Clear vision. Say, Christopher woman. Right, as you say, Bible cracker, I said lack of because of your friend saying no vision, people perish. You know, it doesn't matter cynicity. You have to have a vision. You have to have a clear vision. When you come over, starting having to see how to say, Sika is a spirit. It's hard to stay at one place. So, we need to have a vision. Your vision, a bit may stay with us, even though I was here circulated. If you have the vision, a bit may stay with us. And then just say the quack there. Yeah, because what they investing in BB you are circulating it. So number one, we have to have a vision. We have to have a clear vision. You know, you can't do anything without a vision. If you have vision, then you break them down. You break them down. That gives you the goals. You will be pro ma will be say, oh, time ben crown over retire. You know, the retirement say fast say what say government say you retire this age and doesn't have to say they also retire this age. No, what to name year will be retire earlier than that. 1 to 2 years is you name time the best from last time you say was all still yeah juma. You know, I know say boom or retire yeah juma just they want to work. But I'm not talking of that. I'm talking of 1 to 2 years of it was a point to be a bedroom. Then also retires now to retire. It's vision is very, very important. You know, there are 3 good financial goals. I bet me for your vision. You have to make sure you are setting, budgeting, you are reducing your debt, you are starting up emergency fund. Those are the things a bit me about. You have to have more, like for instance, short-term goals, long-term goals, mid-term. Also, what those vision. You have to put things in place. Then a bit me about start to build the world. Now say, we are young family, and one say, oh yeah, we need insurance in place. Anything happens, your family suffer. And you have to make sure say, vision. You baby also will do. What 10-year vision, what 5-year vision, 20-year vision. When you say by 5 years time, I say me drew her. 10 years time, I say me drew her. 20 years time, I drew her. Especially in this economy, not a cost never for no. But if you vision, at least if you are half from crana, with him say, oh, baby, because sometimes the economy change. But economic change, your mom usually almost survive, almost me and move forward. Now your mom vision already. So we need that vision. Be here that vision. You have to set visions in place. You have to make sure say your vision. Why is vision so good? Because what it is a wow. Emma won't go wayward because if there are things happening that is not in line with your vision, many a times I won't say any bring away vision near corner. See any vision, I won't say, oh, how not done for be about Charlie, like be about you say, what's your queer say no, get money rich quick, be now about vision. Wouldn't say it's not in line with your vision. But don't be about if it's not in line with your vision, a bit may move your finances forward. That is why you have to have vision, because vision a guide you. Emma will stay focused. Emma will stay straight. Baby help us walk on. So if you don't have the vision, and you're very hard. So to me, move forward financially. Because I say, be a baby, no try will be. Hey, we'll be a koto na di mekano koto bi. We'll be a koto kana di mekano koto bi, because the vision is not there. You won't be able to cry even cry. How much we make a year, cry? You need how much we make a year. If you have vision, you should know. Am you focused? Am you stay focused? That is what we need. So number one, we need vision. We need vision to be able to stay on course. Because you can't tell me, so most people making 100,000 and over also are living paycheck to paycheck. It's hard to live on paycheck to paycheck if you have vision, if you know what you're doing. I don't think any casting to me happen, it may happen. But if you have vision, you will not be doing the things that maybe are way. Because if you have a vision of buying a house in 5 years' time, why are you buying a car that is going to cost, that is not in line with your vision? Why are you buying expensive things that is going to take away that difference in vision now? Person they cut a house, it will take away so much from you. If you have a vision of maybe saving and going to school, why are you buying so many things? Am I going to save? Vision is very important. It makes you stay focused. Number two, save 3 to 6 months of expenses in high yield savings account. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses in high yield savings account. Your should be investment. It's good. But as I know, anything happens, we need to be out. 3 to 6 months, and they say expenses. If I'm running a household with infant said 5,000, I need 3 to 6 months of expenses. That is for protection. It's not for investment. One more the credit card. Their friends say, "Oh, the emergency fund. Anything can happen." Remember, saying you'll be sick. Now sometimes the cry one way you so we go in the equity house equity and yet the proper way. You can save 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. So we here, depending on your situation, we here that between 15, the 5,000 running me fee. I'm here between 15 to 30,000. At all. Ningan said no for investment. For protection. A protecting. Am I yet me up continue building wealth? Am I continue with our vision or our financial vision? Because we'll build the world. Remember the interest. I was so you need something set aside just for that. Just for protection. I know sometimes no, I was saying they call invest. No, you need that. You see, the thing is, if we have 3 to 6 months of expenses now, the talk around now. We said Niama and we Niama ya was the things that was say a emergency crown was a fee inconvenient. The funny thing is emergency fund crowd when emergency incident. More fee as we so will be. But the free work we free one and you must start to happen. You need that money. Do not invest that money. The didn't you say the two YHSA accounts and they say if you invest that money, your emergency fund now we invest here. Anything happen, you have to go back and sell that money. Sell that thing and get that money. Most of the time, there are expenses and I say there are penalties on those things. Especially, for example, some top bonds have maturity dates to what for 2-3 years. Now within that time, it will happen. That means you have to go back and now maturity date and so you have to go back and sell that bonds. You incur penalties, charges, interest, and those things. If you want to crown a scout, the court will lose. It's usually this money is not money a piska also. It's there for your protection and protect you. A brow Emma ultimate continue yet the way. So ye same free side and say there was a co-investment mono. Betting the stock exchange, so that is fine. But what it is the stock exchange goes up and down. Time emergency basis now you said that time no stock was trying to sell for. All of a sudden now fiscal the kutum now fee a short. So that 3 to 6 months of emergency or expenses now it should be in a savings account. But the good thing is higher savings account now and more. Why not put it in there and get more money on it? But the idea is not to invest that money. But the good thing is that side no, it's the same because of interest rate was strong and also was strong. So it's a good thing here because you get that money. No. But the idea is not to invest that money. And that will end up boring. Yes, because we need that money anytime anything happen. With the say a simple thing your mommy and another be on catch when you scarf be too, when you scarf be too. That is what you need. We need that. And number three, invest in 15% of your income. Investing in 15% of your income. You see, average 40-year-old American makes around 59,000. If you're investing in 59,000, investing 15% of 59,000, once started she wouldn't she cry. Wouldn't she? Maybe see a way illustration once started wouldn't she 40 years I feel now about being invested maybe. Right? Me see me timi aye kakra hanma retirement. See betimi aye kakra hanma ni ahwe sene betimi anya if we are investing data. Yeah, betimi anya. So average American 40-year-old making around 59,000. If you're investing 59,000, it's around about 8,000 something a year. If you 8,000 a year, which comes to about 6 something, about 6 something. Let me check. About 6 something. You said 15% of 59,000. You're sharing 15%. 15% of 59,000. 15% of 59,000. Yeah, 15% is 8,850. 850. Yeah, it's about 737 a month. If you are investing 737 a month, you should be betting me own. You can remember also see this calculation near about 40. You in fast crown to ho, right? If any best 30, if say even every 40-year-old me invested that scanner, you should illustration, you should be betting me or that amount of money. No, I bet me, right? So it is 737 a month. If you had 737 a month from 40s to 65, that's with a rate of 10%. Sorry, I'm saying aging my 40-year-old 67 initially you contribute to 737 with a 10% the investment calculator at that time, if that's what we're gonna do, this is how much you be making. This is how much I be making. So that's the reason why all the time I say 15%. No, I think last time I was doing a program. Will be X and was yes. Yes, on yes, I don't know. Invest into the 401k. We invest style on you, and besides, so invest saying also invest on check on find out. we invested 2%, right? 2%. Into no who's is kind of cost. See, yes, we have to do it, but sometimes no or see miss can kakra because imagine say if you're not making a lot of money, now we invested 2%. That's send out there to honor. And so we have to make sure say one, you invest it, and two, the money drew kakra. But it all comes to payment bibria. You can invest a lot. You need to invest a lot because there are so many. We hear that money who makes those payments now. It's not who here say we reduce the payment na man before. You go back to I will say in your cobra my your friend say question I will say how much does average American how what is the average Ghanaian income in America? I can't tell you. I don't really know, but me fancy. Let's see. I know say most people cry in somewhere caregiving is around by 14%, $14. $14. Come right here, $14 is around 26,880. 26,880. That is how much a year. 26,880. All right, with this no crown, they should still win. 15% of that amount, no, 4,032. 4,032. 4,032, no, 336. So because we invested 15% at 336. So let's go back. 336 here. 336 from the age of 40 to the age of 67. 336. See, even with that, it come out to 550,000. I understand the reason why I will be said that question, but sometimes if he say you make his kakese, no compounding growth. Yeah, Einstein kind of say the eighth of the world. People that understands it and say, if you don't, you pay. It won't tear instead of say and more nyama a credit interest was rather than was say na usika no ko na ekoba interest amount. Even to say the mechanic, but I know say average average Ghanaian income in America is way more than that. But my fan say the fan say make it kese crown any 15. These days I know say people that work at Walmart and make it $20, $18 near there. It is way more than that. Even if you average 20, say $20 crown, people are making a month. I'm making $20. I'm making an hour. $20 is about if I say it's about 38,000. If you're investing 38,000, 15% of 38,000, it's about 5,760. That means every month you're between invest 450. If you invest 450, that will give you close to $1 million. You actually be now 450. It's 790,000. You see, so sometimes it's not about, it's the consistency. Consistency so save consistent and no and here. You move right into me, yes, I don't know. Into me, yet near Chasso, and then no cry, you same thing. Yes, can be 401k ATM machine. Not ye quack is cow. Where's the groove now make and said ye council, Untimias are groove, no Untimias escano, and Tinia no qua or see ye and Sasso free. Then no yen sako number 2 nana make emergency fund, because if you don't have the emergency fund, not anything happen, then you start looking around, now maybe so 15% of our income is those hardship, the things that are going on, amount the future, so maybe the currency and here come back near almost 51% of people that make more than 100,000 live on paycheck to paycheck. almost short money. They said, yeah, 50, your friend saying about 78% of people that make 50 or below. No. So it's not that alone. It's not that alone. No, Sarah, thanks for joining too. And yet, I know sometimes I'm off based on the income that you make, not too much. It's very good. Very good because it helps you to get to where you want to go quicker than so make it less. But say the American say 50,000 and so I'm making 100,000. There's no way say so because that discipline now we hear now when you know 50,000 no we just have discipline or 100,000 because study shows that the people that do more, no, the people that if we be lifestyle creep, right? People that make or more increase your income, which in our situation, our community, yeah, but the more we increase our income, the more we go out there and buy something to, get a payment. Yeah, make a payment. Oh, me make it 50, we were 70 or so change the car. The car near if you cross so change, It's the car payment 509, 700. Oh, I was me to TV, me change me TV. I was me change away, I was me change away. It's a friend lifestyle creep. The piano or increasing income, all right. It me boy home education, those things now come into place. But at the same time, all the time, now we try say you increase your income. You increase your friends say the things that we buy all the time, and bibia and no idea and here. So the income here by the income no kwano and the whole the discipline. Discipline and you choose these topics no the 8 money rules to build life-changing wealth. We have to change that habit of lifestyle creep, increasing our income and going out there and buying more, increasing our income and making sure we're spending everything instead of rather saving it. So if average 50-year-old American making 59,000, I would save your friends and 10% of it at the end and will be about 1.2 million. So one starting into the consistency of the savings and that in year and fruit said the American. The funny thing is say you move if you see we are being so smart. Anything happen, go to 401k na 401k the bureaucrat now which is something last week was about 2 weeks ago we were talking about that here. That is so dumb because look yes I don't know what changed the whole thing because we scared for 401k remember that's only 59 and a half your taxes are due to your tax bracket say city and say 20% or 25 and some on top of it 10 your friend saying 10% penalty. Technically, say we 30% tax bracket now 10%, now you're 40%. It's like going to the bank, say, hey, I'm going to borrow money. Now I'm going to say 40% now borrow. See, people don't look at it that way, but that is how it is. We borrow money, for 30 if I say 40%, even if your tax bracket or down 20 krana with a 10% account on 30%. Why na bank Hanum say obekwa kwaji loan even money 30% obey. I say we use it carefree for 1k more. That is how what you are doing. And that year the following year that amount now we be income esa ka or a friend say income into amount of tax bracket esa cost. So you are paying so much for that. So you're so hustle to even do that. And it doesn't make sense. Say you continue as I don't know. Just parking emergency fund will save you out of that. Just emergency fund, it will save you from that situation. But then the BI if you see a smart internet was here that it me a 2 bonus me save for emergency fund. It be year free situation. You don't do that. See, we need first I will say discipline. The discipline is very important. We hear the discipline, we hear the vision, now we hear the emergency fund. And after that, na ade baako nso ayɛ na yɛ kran sɛ nipa bebree hɔ without the investment sɛ try to invest so much ɔyɛ bi wɔ hanom na ɔwɔka bebree. It comes back to compounding interest in America or compounding interest as America. You make that because remember credit cards are about 24%. Now say invest baby 10%. It doesn't make sense. 24 that's like why don't you clear that one? Or clear the 24% now. Now we invest more. Yes, those invest your friends say those debt na wɔ no more interest rate also. It change the investment no crowd. Sometimes they make sense. See, what debt bebree na we invest it. It is said here with the nneɛma abɔ w'akyi na for people. See, a bit me do drew but on her no the hassle, the brave woman na bebree. I'm see a half hour drew. You be trained one by bar na for more questions into the answer you move on. Till you train one by a bar, a baby fat, a baby twice or no. dear sky no hint me maybe. The topic na 8 money rules to build life-changing wealth. The third one was about investing 15% of your income. Investing 15% of your income. You will say 40 years grant. I say average American 40 years within 40 years. No, salaries around 59. We invested 15% of your 59. When investment that when you invested that in your life 40 years after now start even with that on that if you're making that amount now you been any no kwa kra no you know bisa say Ghanaian and as average Ghanaian salary is saying you ne you know yeah faton kakra say even crowd $14 an hour you can still end up now put your try to invest 15% of your $14 an hour in a year now, you still will come up with about 500,000. So not just the income, and the LC making sure say is save consistently dollar to cost average. You know, me and train say a train na your increment and sa your train you make 100,000. So the team save oh medium me make it scarcity na medium train me 50 start see me make 50,000 and sa yes train say we prove here train say if you make it 26,000 crown out consistently we see invested for a while we drew maybe ourselves to be called at least you come up with your friend saying $500,000. Obi say okay, Mr. Crown, your friend say me make you know, your friend say age no a dream will be 50 years. Even with the 50 years no, you'll still come up about 400,000. You know, so don't believe me, so 50 years now, infant say by the time I retire no, with the same amount, no, usually 50s is when you make a lot of money. And also income because look at that time we experience so many things. Why you say why you match me but you make more money. That about they still you stay with the say you're making 40 money. If you're making 40 money, I say you put in 737 a month. I am sure yes, almost 400,000. Almost 400,000. So yeah, me based on just some me make this kind of it's still the BBA obetimi I'm making more. In and say we save consistently. Yeah. The next one, fourth one, number 4, the 48-hour rule. The 48-hour rule, no, and say the 48-hour rule say. Now, 48-hour rule is a financial rule of thumb that suggests waiting at least 48 hours before making major purchases. The rule is intended to help people avoid impulse purchasing and make more informed. Yeah. The rule is say I'm for making impulse buying. 48 hours rule. You won't be broken impulse buying just like that. I mean, say the American, if you have a vision, sometimes we are out there telling everybody what to do. We're out there, but we are not minding our own business. If you have a vision, now say when you are if you need a down payment for a house, why are you making impulse purchases? I don't know, make it purchases it's not aligned with the vision now. If you have a vision, so we have down payment, and that's what you are saving to buy a car, right? Why are you buying so much clothes in line with the vision? So a 48-hour rule, says sometimes no tenants now dream one, baby na water now 48 hours, with me a chance to say, I do a meton crown in here and at the end, a bit me a woman man across my vision, because I'm woman vision at that time, no, and there's no need to also better. So those are the rules now, a rule of thumb, net rubies and then the rule of thumb as an expert suggests to be able to stop impulse buying. If you ask yourself, if you wait for 48 hours, some purchases be one of my own yet. Because sometimes we could that and penny for can say, we could that years now dream home idea chia, which means this purchases now and idea because Nadia Bebuame in a thing with Roma obi office is that situation be that whereby say we go through BBA as a would dream so better. With me that a dream home a day crowd and so many ideas adi ebi a me de koya de fufuru bia e ka betimi aboa me You know, maybe I'm a koto bibi 2,000. Miss me here be 20,000. Koto to die ase. Na 2,000 I'm a is not in line with that thing. I don't mean to me. You are the be crown out here and snow and at the right time I will hear. So the 48-hour rule, the bois and my ultimate sa idea and as a multi a impulse buying and my flow. Number 5, you have to pay cash for your purchases. Pay cash for your purchases. Yeah, pay cash. You know, we don't do that. Not because we buy things we can afford. You know, all you got to do is wait. You know, and we can't delay gratification. That's the whole idea. We cannot delay gratification because sometimes we don't have the money. We don't have the money, but what we have to do is just wait, save, and buy. No, we can. I want it, and I want it now. I tell you here, you know, pay cash for the things that you purchase. Eboa, ema utimi inya way. Oh, okay. Manny D99. Thank you for joining also. Thank you also. So you making sure say the things that you can, but in the rest it be anybody. You know, you can if you can afford it, pay cash for it. That's fine. But most people live in the areas that is so expensive, 500, 600, 400. It's so hard to save to be able to get it. So I'm okay with that. You know, so over or you go in debt buying house, that's okay. Because first of all, also pay a bit now. If what me I just had your money now, what me treat you, okay, what me things I was holding now. And yeah, no crown, it can be an investment. You need to be out in crown. It can be an investment, so everything up wow. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So a friend saying, we'll go into debt to buy investment house per se. If you're doing it right, you know, sometimes we get so excited about what is going on the TikTok and all those internet and all those things, you know, where people say, hey, you know, I'm a toffee and I'm a free moon and I'm the for floor, within a year and all basis houses. You know, we all know this economy goes back and forth, over 6 houses. Now work hard that so when she then niska da ho emergency fund we bibia na economy no a crash here. Now these people can pay. You end up losing all of it. So if you do it right, it's a very good thing. You know, houses are very good investment because apart from say they renting will be that mortgage, you know, you also get equity on top of it. It appreciates. So it's very good. So I'm okay when you have to do that, but do it in the right way. Mostly, you know, try say your primary residence, at least wait me 3 weeks, then you go to the next step. And as at least baby beer, what him say, if anything happens, you can pay. And I say, my rent, in case anything could happen within a year, we can pay all that mortgage, you know. That is how we are a writer. And we see the best way. And I say, emphasis, the fastest way to build wealth is to take yourself from debt, because more debt equals risk, and more debt equals more risk. You see, people don't want to hear that. People want a friend a popcorn, you know, crack it. Corn, your friends a microwave. No, yes, sanity. I was all turbo in the process because we how you stuck somewhere, you know. But the more turbo, to say the process na mechano, it's not the fastest way. You know, if we say be a bit delay and quantum amount, but natural sense, then the fastest way because you know the other way around now you stuck, lose everything and start again. You know, but so turbo when you be any competition, what turbo na we wadie say house moto, why would you try to we and I say no crowd we cry at least with the name to you who start the watch. Then me buy another one. Anything happens, you have money to pay. If the people can pay, you have money. You see, the internet, the things that we see on there, money looks so nice, so simple, no? And it's sanity because even if you have people renting your house, you have to, if they are living, sometimes no time a better one son will be able renting. Those times nan a baby nipa ni so some states be one man It's so hard to even clear people out of your house. Now we don't factor those things in there. And then the different renovations also be your home because we don't take all this into consideration. And once the test amount for can or more was na me toy and I'm going using a BUC na no I did mechanic quibi. Also be because sometimes I'm say real estate is passive. It's never passive, because you work on it. Also yes, money now what done engineer for now electricity I say where you say also quite yes, it's good to say bit but I will see no right way. So purchase stuff, we have to purchase cars. I know, like I said, I understand. Say if you doing real estate, and I say if you buy primary house, it's so hard. So between a 600, 700. So that is fine. But apart from that, don't spend on a car. Don't use credit for a car. You're paying too much when you're using credit for a car. Anything that goes down in value, it's not worth investing in that. You can invest in things that goes down in value. It's in a car. It goes down in value. If you buy a car within so talk car within 4 years, it loses about 60% of value. We talk car 20,000 now. By 4 years or so, that car is worth about 8,000 or so. So you don't invest in the things, especially using credit to do that. You don't invest in the things that goes down in value. Rather, also you have to pay for it. Yes, sometimes you have to use a crappy car. You have to use I am a friend Alex, then you save yourself money to go buy the ones you want. You can always move up in cars. It's not necessarily say you have to buy the nicest car as a pay. You can, obviously yeah, you can do that. Say up 16,000 car, buy a 2,000 car. Yes, you can get one. What should me? Because the whole idea of a car is from getting you to point A to point B. If you can afford nice cars, yes, enjoy your money. But if you can't afford it, man, how? Because the moment you are paying for something and doing credit, you can't afford it. So you can buy a small car that can get you from point A to point B. A bit may last over 2 years. Then you start saving $500 every month. Within 10 months or 5,000. Between a ton 2,000 car, no, with the account 5,000, no, when you're 7,000. What to another one. We say we continue saving another 5, the friends say 5 years, another 500 for the next 10 months. We say another 5,000. We'll between a ton the other Canada account. So gradually we'll between a Canada episode within 20 months or maybe 24 months. See, we have that idea say, we can go to say we cannot buy a car without a car loan. And we can't buy a car. Just say they will see in your car loan. That is not right because it has to pay interest on it. And people that are winning with money, the way ultimately getting out of those things now, they are paying with money. They sacrifice. They make sure say they are on course. They make sure say they have a vision. They make sure say they are saving. They are paying cash for stuff apart from maybe a house. They are paying for stuff, especially on a credit card, purchasing stuff for credit card, buying stuff you don't need. You come to our garages, the stuff that are there, we bet in Kratombi. There are so many Nyama, we don't need them. You to please people. And even crowd with a house, you can want saying, we beat me to a house, I say you can't afford the house. It's not so forced to because so pleasing people who catching up with the Joneses. The Americans, the Joneses can do math. Catching up with the Joneses are broke because the math doesn't tally. We see how much they make and how much they are spending. It does not tally. You see, but they're trying to please people. And these days of social media, we're trying to please people, buying so many things we don't need, so many things just to please people. We are caught that way now. It's going to be hard for us to build wealth. If you really want to change our life, we have to start buying for things. We have to pay for cash for things. That is the only way that can help us. Things that goes down in value, we don't. You see, the reason I keep on saying car, one of the biggest items we purchase apart from house, a car. If you have the money, if you are paying cash for it, that is all right. But if you are going in debt to do that and pay interest on those debts, it's not worth it because that thing is going to go down in value. So there's no need services. In making sure we are paying for cash for staff. The next one, yeah, we need financial education. We need financial education. It will be we listen to staff. We don't really, it doesn't really help us. I know so sometimes it's funny and all that, but if you are in financially difficulties, that's not the time for it. Yes, sometimes we try to be entertaining yourself, but it goes overboard. See the things that goes the same thing I'm manufacturing outside the out. See, until making sure say I know one must be a crime these days. There are so many. I have my channels here, YouTube, PatrikBarfi, IG, PatrikBarfi, Facebook, PatrikBarfi. I have so many things, especially when you go to my YouTube. We in our own language, so many stuff I'll be here. Just subscribe to those channels and now follow me in IG or follow your friends saying Facebook. Every day I keep on updating stuff. I bit me a boy. You see, no push. You have this about time. Your community start to see me push those things now. Share. Let us almost subscribe to the channel. We have so many good people out there doing stuff. We have opened the course and all those things. Financially, bit me free the things are the beyond. We are out there telling people what to do. Listen to people's business. By our business, we can take care of it. Yes, like I said, sometimes nice. Once a while, be TB and Abisa, we go on more consistently. Agility and kwani at your way. The be concern, gossip and no kwani no. I was seeing this month, especially this month, a financial literacy month. We will be giving away books and stuff. In some time, I don't know. I'm saying can be literacy be a bit money baby man. We haven't decided yet, but to be able to get those literacy books, financial literacy books, and books, and I say via money no cranny, I don't know. You have to subscribe to those channels, have to PatrikBarfi channel, and I say follow the IG and all that, because that's where those things are going to happen. Yes, we need books. We have to say they make an so media mean to me. Yeah, these Juma Krana, so a baby, obetimi a tea, obetimi the phone now those things because we need those help. Financially, we need financial education. You see, just making the money no kwano and just like that anymore. We need a financial education to be able to help us. We need financial education. We need how to budget, budgeting, expenses. How we see so many things. We need those things, Yet just making the money and making the money is good. But also we also need financial education. That is number 6. Number 7, review expenses every month. So the Americans, some of us, besides saying you spend a month, we don't know. If you don't know how much you spend a month, send an answer or spend this. So even if you make 5,000 krana, now because you use your credit near the firm, when you spend more, if you make it 5,000, as you spend 7,000 yen. But one all of a sudden, 3, 4, 5 months now catch up to us. Finance BBB, you can go overboard time and over and again, but it's going to catch up to you. You have to review your expenses. Also, review is very important. When you review your expenses, if you don't know, you now come back to same thing as budgeting. Budget here, you know how much you're making, how much you're spending, how much is going out. These are the things that we have to make sure we are reviewing. How can you track? Track your own review. So you have to make sure you are tracking and review amount to track it. We spend so much that you don't know anything. Let's say they make an one because you should credit near the firm. The more you should credit near the firm, we'll spend it. Yeah, one after all of a sudden, now if you drew point to be I say so we have to make sure we are reviewing our expenses. Next one, build multiple stream of income. these days there are so many things going on in this world. The world are changing. The world is changing. Things are changing in the world. So it's a good idea. We have so many talent in us. To be able to bring extra money. You have 9 to 5 job. That is good. But you might want to bring multiple things which you can do. Like I said, the world is changing. You have so many ways you can bring this. Also so increase your income. Have this, my friends here, 313 solutions where your friends say more IT programs are within 6 months or so. It may increase your income. And as a be so switch your friends will switch career. We are between form number 313 solutions. They are very good people. We are very good. The good thing is yes, everything happens online. We are very dedicated. While the old Google Mukrana was a food and CB. So it's good that we bring multiple streams of income. There are so many side hustles out between especially see money at the so many things here. And so quite you see. Those are the things a bit me about increase your income. Maybe our income cry in slow and abibisa. Make sure say BB. All of a sudden we say be crying out now in a side hustle now for your baby ekesi. A bekes na fee no crying na fee. You are leaving your regular job every year. So these are the 8 things that we need, right? We need. And say the final one can say me can answer no. Ebisa question me for so kind. It goes back to the 8 things that are going to change your friends. It goes back to the same thing that Americano. The 8 money rules that will build life changing wealth. Your community, you focus too much when it comes to income. You focus now and say you make 30,000, you make 40,000, you make 50,000. Yeah, at the end, you build the world. It's never true. So they make we are numbers just almost making 100,000 and over. So most of them they live on paycheck to paycheck. So the numbers alone shouldn't trick you. Then say obey discipline or vision. You have to have a system in place. And they have so many systems that have helped people to build wealth. Millions of people have helped people build the world. So you have to look for those systems what you follow. You see, there was a study that was done about, I think it was about 2018. There was a book that was written about this, about for those times the people are not made millionaires. I'm talking of real millionaires. I'm not talking of wannabe millionaires or faking millionaires. I'm talking of real millionaires, net worth millionaires. And the study shows that 63% of that population make more than 100,000 at that time. Making more than 100,000. 63% of those millionaires no make in a household income. So not one person in a household. And just based on the income alone, no say and no quite a bit me a build. Yes, it's good. We make more income, is good. A bow tell me can a bow maybe episode draw no bit me draw. But near no you need the discipline attached to it. You need the vision, and if I know see me drew by the next 5 years, and if I know see me drew by the next 10 years, if I know see me drew by the next 20 years, it's no brahma who seek also the two, who they also ye, and no crowd to me brahma if you're not making more, it might me fine will be able to me force so with me making more. So yes, the income is good, always is good, especially when you focus on finance to try to always to increase your income. But let's not base on this that alone, because consistent saving and investing a key. Consistent, because when it comes to investment, there are 3 things you really need. One, time. You see, when you are in your 20s, and you start saving, even if you put $100 down, $100 all the way to the time when you retire about 65, 45 years, 42 years. $100 alone can get you about 1.1 something million. when you move to 30, sir, that 100 won't get you that. It probably will be moved from about to be 500 when you move to 40s, about 700 50s. So time is very, very important. And it's something that time you can't get it back when you let it go. See, that's why the reason why the best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time to invest is now. Third best time is now. That means when you hear this, you don't have to wait. Now, if you are not one starting to invest here, start investing now. Not like those days where I was saying we invest here, was all bank. Be actually could have better on what was so easy. And these days, you are phone crack, okay, or far between starting invest. There are so many apps, so many platforms that will be starting to investing. When you saw a bisem, time. Number two, your friend saying the money now also with the tune. Money now also the tune. Money is so important, but money will be increasing. Your fancy say 20s and 100 now we here to hit $1 million. Oko 30 a baby at 500. To beat me increase that. You see, the time you can't get it back. It's so hard to get the time back. It's not so hard, you can't get it back. But the money you can increase it, right? So if you have it, that's what me for so. Now the next one, which is so key, is discipline. You see, consistently saving maybe $200 for 20 years. We need discipline on me, yes, sir. Now, if you want some touching, so touches are scandal. So you need discipline when it comes to investing. Discipline, the amount that you have to put in, and the time. And the time is so much of a key that because you can't get that back. When you let it go, it's so hard to get it back. So making sure say we have that vision. The vision now, a bit me boy. I'm gonna follow these principles. I'm gonna me boy. And making sure say yes, I know. Invest near try something. We need something at our back. And my we need to make sure say we have emergency fund. If you don't have emergency fund, we do baby not yet here. We say go back to a kamubi. That the whole lot of that the savings not so to us consistently saving 15%. My money in a situation where I'm saving, say 1%. Save 15% of your income, and it all goes to the same way. If you have too much debt and you need that money to pay that debt, it's so hard to invest the 15%. So make sure you try to reduce your debt. Make sure your debt is down so that you can have that money to be able to invest. And also make sure the next one say anyhow. If it's not in line with your vision, why are you buying that? The vision is top 9 by the next 5 years. At the same time, so you're spending so much money on the side. You see, it's not in line with our vision. Your vision is a talker, you pay. As you are spending so much on the different things. So the next one is making sure say your friends say we don't buy things in impulse. And also we have to make sure we pay for cash for staff. We pay for cash for staff. That's the next one. Pay for cash for staff. Like I said, that ABBI is so hard. 600,000, 800,000. It has to be taught with cash. And then primary reason, if you investing, that's how we invest here. Now would friends would debt their power. That is okay. The next one is in education. So many people we are out there telling people what to do. We are in people's business, concern the gossip and all that, but we can't even educate ourselves. We need financial education to be able to move up in financially. You need those things. You have to know what it is. And may say, but at least you have to read books. You have to need books. You'll be able to read in here. I have so many videos comes to finance, teaching how you can invest, teaching all this, how you can save. Or my YouTube channels, my tool, PatrikBarfi, YouTube, IG, if I say Facebook. I have so many things on there. I bet me about. So you'll be on to me at the same time. This month, a month of financial literacy. We will be giving out books and all that, but you have to be a subscriber of PatrikBarfi, or you have to be a follower in our IG and Facebook to be able to win those things. And we'll be giving more books away, if possible. Could be a big give money, but we don't know yet. We are discussing on that, and we have to review. You have to review your expenses every month. Review expenses every month. It's good to review your expenses because you can't track what you don't or what you don't know. You have to make sure you know what is going on, and this comes back to budgeting. You know, most people, we don't know what is coming in. We don't know what is going out. You know, I share any maybe the question. Say, would you like to add that we encourage our people working 9 to 5 to try to max out their 401k and also contribute to a Roth IRA? This instrument help a lot, especially to bring down our taxable income. We were ended down. I mean, 99 or can somewhere down or can yeah. So let's talk about that. What he's trying what small can in and say mammy 9 to 5 from Kwakra, 9 to 5 from making 9 to 5 from Kwano, or making your friend saying, making more a nano. We are all one own business crown account. So what he's trying to say is usually if you for 9 to 5 most companies are 9 to 5 no almost 401ks. 401ks employee sponsored retirement account. Employee sponsored retirement account. So the 401ks no companies and the amount. The good thing about 401k is 401k say if I make if I say 50,000 this year it will limit a bit me. This year bit me all the way to 23,000. If I put 23,000 in, I'll see a maximum. If I put 23, if I can, let me put 23,000 in there, my taxable income, because what it is now I'm not going to be taxed on 50,000 anymore. I'm going to be taxed on 37,000 because 401k is tax deferred. The university a woman. And so we say at that point, no, the taxes, then cause my government be 50,000 out of that, cause 10,000 come tax. Since I'm going to be taxed on 37, now no, it be my government be 6,000. So a boy a tax defer. You start paying taxes when you are withdrawing. And I wrote so yeah after tax money. But the good thing is that you pay your tax now. So when you are withdrawing, you don't have to pay tax anymore. They made the account a very good part that was say. The made the account and say, your own or look into SEP IRAs, need those things no. Self IRA need those things. And also boy no crown scan was through a 59,000. Nano a tax defer. Tax defer. And also no, so we make it while we business. Na say utimi we be o gross about be in France 150 and that's 100. That's utimi the sales can na to a better sales can answer near to tax. Good. Another one the accounts say people that are 50 or more years now will do this age. When investigators will do this stage, no, now can be now officer is over, it's not over. The government wants you to invest in those 401ks and all those. So it will catch up contributions. The catch up contribution this year, say apart from the 23,000 other one, we have 50 or more, you can put extra 7,500 it will catch up. Government might chance of making a catch up. And I'll roll so no and also see extra 1,000, 7,000 for 50 below and extra 1,000, 8,000 for up. So even the beer would be no fee say, oh, say it's over, any over. Usually good if it's very good at that point, won't see we can person save nyamia odom ebia o makora ni hu bi o mafirfi ni ade a betimi atrim budget, then you can put all this money away. Within 15 years, maybe 15, 17 years, now on retire, and I say, opekra na ahoɔden hɔ bibi wɔ ha wotumi extend to 70 years. That means 50 to 20. By the time on retire, now to me this extra this money will save with 30,000 for 20 years. It's a lot of money. Like I said, me I like say you be a math and you say me city. It say me save. In fact, say government meet me save. Meet me this can in nego on my 23,000 plus 7,500, right, for this year. Until every month be maybe 2,500. In fact, say any math, every month be say 50 years. That's me try to make the call. Make me at the age now cost 70. Make me a year to 70. Not that time. I'm doing the catch-up contribution. Now every month be I'm taking the 2,542, and I to one more. You have a period of 20 years now, almost 2 million. When you come back to us, they be retire at the same age in the class 67 at this time now. You have about 1.3 million. So it's not far from you can still do the plan even if you are 50 years. You can still work on this and get somewhere and make more money. And make more money. What is the channel? The government wants us to invest because when you say 401k sorry, the social security to supplement us. Supplement and yet I will say about 20-25% of our income when we retire. Another thing I make so away that retirement money. It be I've talked to a lot of people. Some of us are doing very well. They are doing very, very, very well. But the idea behind the 401k and your dream say 401k as you see you retired near ye. You don't have to take it out. Say if what we are saying is right, for the past 80 years, for the past 20 years, 100 years, the stock exchange has been averaging about 10%. That means that some years it goes up, some years it comes down. But on average, there might 10%. That's my retire. That means 1.3. That's a year, Juma. That means say 130 every year. So why go take the whole money out? And it's high idea. So no, this money can even be transferred to your head. So I think say those that are doing well, no when you dream free side and say as a 401k the will see because this amount that would have 500,000 crown and that 500,000 amount 10%, which means amount 50,000 into the inflation near the crown. You can say you take 30 out, you leave 30 back in. Because what it is you see the study show these days that if you hit 60, the possibility of hitting 80 is so high. Until you can one now didn't everyone won't have to be driven now. So this kind of me can free accounts. No we how we are fan of that guidance say we are no say na we also cause be at that time no we hear scan for your staff you don't want it to be in a stock exchange because the risk or the vitality rate near that's what I'm saying. If you are working, you are doing things right, you can still let it be there because in the stock exchange so you can still let it be there the years because 80% of the time the stock exchange is up. The years are conform. So what to tell you, you might have something. So emergency fund still, like you can use that emergency fund 2 to 3 years. Then back once I start to SH. So you need some mentality if you say I say cashing out no crown, but still no bit media at all. But for one can no man in the whole because your free be RMD, requirement a minimum distribution. And cause some of the penisika say rot no way you read no RMD. RMD is when time so the same say 72, cost 73, and next year besa kosro. I was at that time Uncle Sam. Remember the 401k is tax defer. At that time Uncle Sam here in Sika Wabejinsika. So when you up to that time now return when you at that time you before so I'm way. Nti usually no the amount for any say drew stage now taxes were from now and making more money now when you know we need no no start and as book or start convert it to the Roth no because so what me convert it to the Roth now no time be any so need bit me invest in this so this money now sometimes the money are complicated. You have to understand those things no also you know, especially when it comes to investing, the things you don't understand, don't invest in. Also, TSA, because you'll be our investor and you don't know what a friend's RMD is. And also, you invest it, will be one of a point you can now. You have to know all those things and you be very brave. Usually, say if animal in a true so financial situation, get in touch, at me about those things need no a bit me through so our community we are kind of the type yeah see this ska prade e be ska diska akode akunye ska de yenye but study say if you help her especially when it comes to investment the one be invested no all the 500,000 why invested na and as when you help that's any partner boa year bet me 500 why invest 1.5 people are bet me a call 3.5 but watch out for the fees. Watch out for the fees, and it's very important. I'm saying you have to understand it. So any issues will be a war here more here be a PC to me boa bet me about me number 2 I'll get in touch we can help bet me aboa ama saa nneɛma nyinaa no atumi atoto yi ama office number ni ofra nsa bɛka memfa email so nka ho na ntumi mmoa yo nti yɛ make sure good pa sɛ yɛnnua de saa wei no baeɛ no yɛmu bebree hɔ nom a because ɛboa at this time no ɛboa ma wotumi nya boa ma wotumi nya okay mepɛ sɛ mede email no so ka ho ɛboa ma wotumi ma wo sika your friend saying when you tax defer and I say ma wotumi nya more money at this point no so it's good. Thanks you so much for adding that. And one thing I also want to add you move bebree hɔ nom a yɛyere mu wɔ fie ebia yɛma susua nti ɔmo hwɛ ɔmo nti no yɛ invest deɛ but you don't invest for them. What it is so far as we adwuma deɛ we so entitled because into those things no you have to have income before you can invest in but we adwuma because of we adwuma in spousal your friend is saying 401k is those things no and so betimi aye bi you make sure say yes I don't know the invest almost so you make sure say almost so invest at least kakra bi omitin dia invest no sa kra de we invest hwe kra de at least kakra mo bit even though mo nya adwuma de but once we invest also to me invest be more yet they qualify because we adwuma no we qualify them almost so it me invest the same way as insurance so you will feel no adwuma now life insurance also to be man remember no anything ma wokɔ na akɔyɛ deɛ wɔyɛ so ni hɔ a wobɛhia wo bia wobɛhyɛ n'anan mu na wɔatumi akɔyɛ deɛ no most of the time yɛtɔ insurance a yɛtɔ ma deɛ wɔyɛ adwuma no nko a yɛntɔ ma deɛ bi wɔ fie a wɔhwɛ nkɔraa no so ɔno so wɔ fie a ɔso ɔno so nya insurance the same thing in case ɔno so ni hɔ a na wɔatumi place that time na nasa obi a wobɛtumi de ayɛ at the same thing no insurance so far as awɔ mouth to feed no we hear insurance and also dependent no insurance yeah so you make sure say we have system in place. If you have system in place ebetimi aboa ama yetimi build the world. I know so sometimes when you look at it it looks it's so far but when what's not now here ya na nye fasa hwe ye now to na so hwe here most of the time you go through troubles we go through these things because of say we're trying to get things quicker the week was trying to make money quick in the but consistently saving, making sure you're staying out of debt, and put the emergency fund in place. You do those things, no, and one thing, don't forget, always make sure you give generously, especially when you're out of debt. And don't just say if you're not out of debt, you don't give, you give. But when you're out of debt, you have more money in your hands, you give a lot. Make sure so you give. So help, ultimate build the world. And so yeah, one thing. I'm say a time no coca cranty yet the besiano. Besiano. So to say the mekano, if wobɛtumi ajoin your friend saying YouTube channels and the IG, Facebook, follow PatrikBarfi YouTube, especially the month of April is the month of literacy, financial literacy month, and we're going to give away a lot of things. Especially, we're going to give books away. But you have to be a subscriber or a follower of our those things, no. And Sana, what me are qualified for those things, no. So go to YouTube, PatrikBarfi, IG, PatrikBarfi, Facebook, PatrikBarfi, in Ghana, join it. Intimi and then now no yɛba books especially if you're on the YouTube now, it helps because we get stuff in our own language in the financial staff bebree how betumi invest, the right investment, the right things to pick to invest. Those things now we krum kasa or betumi ate ase yi obi was media mente brofo and the ho no in obi wa mente brofo ntimi de ntimi sua de no you hear financial education and then you there are so many people that are doing it. Find out na obetumi aboa wa ma also wotumi adi financially. Yamba say yɛbɛbɔ wiase de bia mu bebree hɔ no ma ɛka nko ara na de bia yɛyɛ adwuma saa ne de tua kasa ɛnyɛ saa ne teɛ. Get into the YouTube channel from PatrikBarfi and you see say adwuma nko ara na wɔsɛ yɛbɛyɛ. Na mmom, if you have the right strategies in place, if you have the right system in place, also sikasɛm bɛdi yie. So onto that note, meet in shower every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sikasem program. No, finances. We all question how the Bible answer more. It doesn't matter say the same topic, a different topic, but as far as to say finance and relationships, you bet me answer more. So we'll end here. Spend wisely, save intentionally, and give generously. Your boy PatrikBarfi.